Hey guys, welcome to day 4 or Thursday. Is today Thursday? Thursday of the reading rush. So it is already 6:45 at night. Actually, I had a really busy day at work. I will get into it later on, but in order to film the meet my pet segment, I need to head outside right now because the sun is starting to go down and you guys really wanted to meet Hercules. So in order to do that, I need to head on out there before it gets too dark to film. But it's also dinner time. So we're gonna see how well he puts up with it. I am either going to try and film with him outside where there is light, or I'm just gonna bring him in and have him munch on his dinner while I talk about him. So let's see how this goes. Come on, bud. Come on, buddy. Alrighty, so this is Hercules. Let me take his facial armor off and explain it to you guys. So basically, there's your beautiful face. Can we say hi for 2 seconds? There's the face. So basically, Hercules is a mini horse, in case you guys didn't know. Mini horses tend to eat, as in overeat, during the summertime. So he is muzzled pretty much from when the snow melts to when snow is back on the ground again. He can eat through his muzzle. There is a hole. It basically just slows the process down because there can be some really detrimental things that happen to ponies who overeat because they can't process everything. It basically breaks down their hooves. But for the sake of this video, so that you guys can see his lovely, handsome face, I will take everything off. So Hercules, I just tried to do the math. We're guessing he was about 6-ish when I got him, so that actually makes him about 13 years old. I've owned him for 7 years now, which is crazy to me that I've owned him longer than he was alive when I got him, if that makes sense. So let's just pop a squat on the ground with the pony. So how I got him was basically I was working at an off-track thoroughbred farm, like I said, with my friend, and she said she had a surprise for me one night. And got in the truck and she drove me over to a friend of ours, like a mutual friend from the farm, who basically called and told her that a new neighbor had moved in next door to her, and they brought 4 miniature horses with them. Mind you, this was not a farm. This was a 1/4 acre of land in a neighborhood. And this lady just basically put up temporary fencing and put 4 horses on a 1/4 acre of land, which, in case you guys didn't know, is not enough land for 4 horses to be on. And there was no shelter, there was no water. So basically the SPCA got called in and LAPS got called in, and the lady basically needed to find homes for them or they were gonna come confiscate them. So, long story short, I went along for this ride only to find out that I was going to be getting one of these mini horses. So there were 4 there. Hercules spoke to me the most. There was a pregnant mare that we took who turned out to not be pregnant. She was just fat. And technically his name was Stuart Little. They called him Stu. And I was like, that's cute, but not fitting. And I wanted a very serious name. We're going out of frame slowly. So I renamed him Hercules. He technically is my first horse that I've ever actually owned, even though he's a miniature horse. You technically can't ride him. I have sat on him because he's actually a really sturdy little mini horse. He's got really thick legs. And I am a tiny human being, in case you guys didn't know. So I have sat on him before. I would not recommend it. I don't actually ride him because, can you guys see how short he is? He's only hip height. He's only, I think, 36 inches tall at the withers, which is right here. He is just slowly grazing his way out of frame. We're just gonna keep moving with you, dude. So like I said, he was technically my first horse ever, and it was the most exciting thing. This has been the most spoiled little pony ever. He is the most tolerant little horse. I have painted him for Halloween. I will try and find pictures of all the different times I've painted him. But he has been the love of my life, and I can't picture life without him. He technically was my second pet that I ever owned, that it was solely my responsibility. Like I said, I got him 7 years ago, and he has been the coolest little dude ever. We're just continuing to graze out of frame. We'll just keep shifting, it's fine. So basically, he is now the herd king of goats. He has lived on the off-track thoroughbred farm for years and he was little man in the field. He was in a field of racehorses basically, and he didn't really care, but he was always low man on the totem pole because obviously he was half their size. He could walk underneath all of the other horses. So I think this life, the life where he can rule a herd of little miniature goats, was like the life he was meant to live. He's just steadily leaving. He is not interested. Now that I took his muzzle off, he's like, it's go time. So let me go bring him in real quick before he like gorges himself on grass. I'm gonna feed him dinner and then I will continue on. Alrighty, we are in and we are content now. So like I was saying, he has been the coolest little pony ever. He's the most tolerant little thing. We have put so many little toddlers and kids and babies on him for their very first ride, and he has been amazing at it. Everything that I've thrown at him, he's done with his whole heart. Oh, he just slobbered all the way down my back. That's pleasant. That's horse life, it's fine. So he is the best little mini horse that I could ever have asked for. And he still gives me my horse fix. He still gives me the horse smell, even though I don't have my riding mare anymore. He still gives me the horse needs that I have in my life because I can still come out, I can still groom him. He stands amazingly for the farrier, the dentist, the vet, everybody. He is just an awesome little dude. So if you guys have any questions about Hercules, feel free to let me know down in the comments. And he's about to leave because he just realized the stall door is open and he is muzzle free. So hay is not going to cut it anymore. So we're going to cut this off here and I'm going to shut him in for the night so he can have a nice hay munch and snooze. And I'm going to go in and actually talk about the books that I read today. Well, I read a book today. So let me head on inside and I can talk to you guys about that. I think I have some book mail also to open for you guys. So let's go in and do that. So I am joined by Manny temporarily until he loses interest in me, which will probably happen very quickly. So update for today, like I said, oh, it is now 7 o'clock at night, so that's fun. Today was a really long day at work. It was just a day of like getting caught up on like everything for clinics and stuff. And we also got a mini donkey. I showed up and there was a donkey braying as I was walking down the hill to go punch in, and I was just like, that's an unfamiliar sound for an animal rescue. So we have a donkey now. I'll put a picture of him right here, and he's the cutest little thing ever, and I can't wait to start working with him. I don't know how long he's staying there or why he's there, but I'm excited because I'm used to like my day being filled with like cats and dogs, and we do have goats at the rescue, but all of a sudden donkey. All right, we're done. That's cool. So that was like my life update. I have a package here. I actually have 2 packages, but I think the one is a box that I am doing an unboxing for on my channel. That's a new box, so stay tuned for that. But I have this and it feels like books. What is it? I don't know. So I'm gonna open this. I love all of these colored mailers. I really need to be that fancy ass person who goes and buys like the cool colored mailers. Like this black one is super cool. What is this? Oh, it's real stuck in there. Oh, okay. I won a giveaway. Why do I need more ARCs? I won a giveaway of a person who got a second copy of The Burning Shadow by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the follow-up or the sequel to The Darkest Star, which is the spin-off series to the Lux series, which I actually really, really liked. The Darkest Star, it follows a character that I really liked, and it follows kind of the same storyline, but like years later. Like it's not a direct sequel, it's like after time has passed. Look how thick this book is. Oh my god, why do I need this? This comes out in October. I've got time to read it. So I have this now. This is a thing that just came into my life. Look how thick this book is. The first one was like a reasonable length, like 350 to 400 page YA book. Where did this come from? What is this? Does this mean like this is it? Is it a duology, or is this like how big the next couple books are gonna be in the series? Because I didn't sign up for, how big is this? A 650 page book. I didn't sign up for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually really excited about it. So this will be added to the pile of books. Okay, so update as far as reading goes for this week. I listened all the way through Losing It by Cora Carmack today, which is not a very long book, so that's not like a feat. but this was my author's debut book challenge, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure this is Cora Carmack's first book. I liked it, actually. I was worried that it was going to be dated because this kind of came out before new adult was like its own genre or like subgenre, whatever you want to call new adult nowadays. But this kind of came out before that was a thing. So I was worried that this was going to be very tropey, that this was going to be not greatly written. Also because it is a debut book. So like I never know what I'm gonna get going back through an author's backlist titles to see like maybe they got better over time, which means their first books are not up to the par. I still really liked this. Like this was actually really fun. So this basically follows Bliss Edwards. Bliss. We're not going to talk about the name Bliss. And she is about to graduate from college, and she is basically frustrated with the fact that she is about to be a college graduate and she hasn't lost her virginity yet, hence the name Losing It. And she ends up running into this guy at a bar, and she comes very close to handing in her V card, and then she like panics and is like, this is not right for me. And then walks into class the next day, and he is her new professor. So obviously, I mean, that's tropey. The whole like teacher-student thing is tropey. But other than that, it was just a cute little story. Like for how short this book was, I think it was a 6-hour audiobook. It actually packed a lot in there. Like I feel like all of the characters were pretty well developed, and I got to know all of them really well, including the side characters. And I didn't like roll my eyes at anything, which I know sounds dumb, but when it comes to contemporary romance, specifically older ones, you never really know what you're gonna get. And I actually really enjoyed this. It was super fun. So I think I'm gonna continue on with these because that was all that I had as far as audiobooks go for this readathon. Like I've already blown through all 3 of the ones that I was going to listen to, and we're only on day 4. So I might just continue on with the series. I might pick something else to listen to. I still have 3 books left to finish and like physically read. So that's probably what the rest of this week is going to be. So this book, I think I'm going to give it, I want to give it like a 3.5 to 4 stars. Like, it was actually pretty enjoyable. Was it anything that blew me away? No, but I didn't expect it to, so it wasn't like I went in with that expectation. It was pretty fun. So I think I'm gonna sit probably at like a 3, probably a 3-star. That's, as I'm talking about, I think I'm gonna sit at a 3-star because it wasn't like revolutionary, and it wasn't on the same par as other romance books that I give 4 stars. So I'm gonna give this a 3, but 3 is still a very valid rating, and I still highly recommend this. It was super fun. Okay, so as I'm editing this vlog, I actually don't have as much footage as I did earlier this week, so now I think would be a good time to introduce you guys to this. So I added new shelves to my library. It's a thing that I did spontaneously. I just decided I had a really big, tall dresser. This was actually where I kept my clothes because my house is a somewhat older house, so our bedrooms are actually really, really tiny, and we didn't really think that the full bedroom set that we had of furniture would actually fit all in the one room. I made it fit so that I could do this. Yeah. So let me spin you guys right on around so you guys will kind of see where these are in relation to what you're used to seeing. I'm just staring at myself in the viewfinder because look at the shelves, they're so pretty. So this is what you guys are used to seeing. Oh man, it's dark over there. Can you guys tell that I don't have my lights over there? So this is where you guys are used to looking, and these go all the way up to the ceiling and all the way down to the floor. So I'm gonna spin you guys right on around, and this is where the new ones are. I'm so excited. So these are the new shelves, and guys, this is the first time that I can honestly ever remember having shelf space. Literally since I was like a wee little child. I've been a reader my entire life, and I've been a book collector my entire life. Like I remember vividly being in elementary school and like having to reorganize my bookshelves consistently because that was like all that I had in life. It was a thing that I did. So I have graduated from like little kid bookshelves to bookcases to I have done this. So those shelves that I just panned around to show you guys are what you guys have seen this entire time, are on a much longer wall. So these are not as big as those, but they still wrap around a corner. And those were the first time that I ever tried doing built-in bookshelves. I mean, they're built into the walls, they're permanent fixtures on the walls, and they're not like movable or anything, but they're not like built in. Like I didn't hire somebody to build like professional bookshelves, like I did these. So you guys have asked me about those shelves numerous times. I have done a library tour in the past where I explain how I did them. I did these a little bit differently just because I wanted to do it quicker. And I remember how long it took to do those shelves. It still didn't take that long. It took me like a day, but I didn't have the patience. I wanted shelves like stat. So these shelves are a little bit different than the ones I did over there. These, I actually bought the vertical brackets that you just mount straight into the studs of your walls, and you can adjust all of the shelving brackets. That was not the proper word for the first time. What are those called? The actual vertical things? What are those called? I don't know. But you can adjust all of the brackets to like change your shelf height, which is the most amazing thing ever. And I did not do those on that shelf section over there. I basically just bought individual brackets and I found the studs, I measured everything, I leveled everything for every single one. But for everybody who I know is going to ask and is curious, this total cost me about $200, and that included all of the vertical mount thingamajingers, all of the brackets, and all of the shelving pieces, which we did have to cut down a little bit to fit in between our window and door moldings. But it literally took less than an hour to put all of this up on the wall. You basically found the studs, drilled the thingies in, and hooked all the brackets in and set the shelves on top. The end. It was amazing. I had floor-to-ceiling bookshelves in less than an hour, and I highly recommend it. So for everybody who asks how I do my shelves, that's it. It was amazing. So let me introduce you guys to my romance shelves. I know, I've been going hard with the romance genre. So this is literally all romance and contemporary, and then I have arcs down on the bottom shelf, and then I have all of these. Like, I literally have a full wall of empty shelves. I know. These stacks right here are my TBR for this Reading Rush readathon. That's literally what I have left to read. That's what I've read. I know. It's crazy. So I am stupid excited, basically. I haven't had any shelf space whatsoever, let alone like an entire bookcase's worth of shelf space to add on to. I am just in a perpetual state of cycling books in and out of my library, so this like gives me so much freedom that I'm so excited about. So I basically just wanted to take this time to introduce you guys to the newest love of my life. It's these bookshelves. I live a very simple life, okay? So I think this is where I'm going to end today's vlog. It's not much reading content. I read a book to talk to you guys about, but just other things in life happened today. So I hope you guys are okay with like a more of like a life update, pet update, things update. And tomorrow hopefully I'll have more actual like reading things to talk about, but I mean, shelves are still reading related. All right, I'm just rambling now. I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog.